Hello everyone, welcome to Alibaba Cloud Training. In this course, we will introduce one of the important part of data science area called data visualization. And we will introduce how to use DataVay, which is a data visualization product to create a large dashboard for data visualization. Here is the course goals. First, is to understand database applicable scenarios. Second, you will be able to know how to use Alibaba Cloud database visualization tools. The third one is, after the course, you will be able to understand the process for making a visual dashboard. And the last is you will also know how to use DataVay templates to make a big dashboard. Here is the table. Here is the contents of this course. First, we will introduce the data visualization. So what is data visualization and the concept of data visualization? For example, why we should use data visualization and the type of data visualization and other, and we will also introduce some use case in this chapter. The second chapter, we will introduce the DataVay product and the features of this product. And the third part, we will talk about how to design a visual data dashboard. At last, we will show you a demo about DataVay operations. Okay, here is the overall of this course. Welcome back to Alibaba Cloud DataVay Training. Chapter 1, Data Visualization Introduction. So, what is data visualization? In big data area, data visualization has become an essential part of big data solutions, helping users read and, more importantly, understand a mass of complex and ever-changing data generated by day-to-day business in a vivid and user-friendly manner. So, data visualization is the presentation of complex data in a visual and interactive manner. So the goal is to visually and intuitively express the information and patterns contained in the data. So let's take a look at the picture. Let's take a look at the following picture. So this is a simple data visualization example. So this picture shows the key information of a form. So if you're looking at this picture, you can easily get the key information such as how many calls in this form, what is the size of the agricultural premises, and what kind of plant in this form. So this is a simple sample of data visualization. Yes, so you can see that by using the data visualization, audience can easily get the key information, right? So that's data visualization for. So what is the purpose of visualization? We can divide the purpose into three areas. So one is for presentation, and the second is for monitoring, and the third is data-driven. So for presentation purpose, the goal is to showcase business performance data. This kind of visualization is widely used in investor relations, public relations, exhibitions, road shows, and reception areas. For monitoring purpose, the goal is to drive business growth with data. So it is mainly focused on the real-time monitoring of your current system of all your current business and it can give early warning and also supports the rapid response if some abnormal situation occur. So for the third purpose is data driven. So it's to analyze data and discover the hidden data value. So the purpose of the data driven visualization is to find a new opportunity by analyzing the multi-dimensional data. Okay, so according to the three purposes of the visualization, we can divide the visual dashboard into three types: presentation type, analysis type, and monitoring type. First, presentation type, presentation dashboard. Presentation dashboard is used in activities such as reception of higher management or guests and some business communications. It focused on displaying service information structure and some business highlights. So it's mainly focused on the business highlight. Let the audience can easily get the key information and highlight of your company, of your business, something like that. Presentation dashboard normally used tile layout combined with visual element which can catch up eyes for audience, and also it have standard explaining method to explain the details of the dashboard. Okay, let's take a look at the example for presentation dashboard. This is an integrated view of a leading power supplier's operations dashboard. So in the middle of the dashboard, there is key information of this company. For example, there is the generated electrical energy for today, and the generated electronic energy for this year, and this part is for the generated electronic energy of one of the most important power station. So this is the key information part. So let's take a look at the left side, and here it shows the company history and some milestones of the history of the company, and this part shows the ranking in the field, and in the right side there is this part shows the business status and the business plan in the future. So if you take a look at this dashboard, you can easily get the highlight information of this company. So this is the presentation dashboard for. Okay, next, let's take a look at another presentation dashboard. So this presentation dashboard shows the highlight information of each BUs of Alibaba Group. So by looking at this presentation dashboard, you can easily get the key information of every BU in Alibaba Group. So let's take a look. Yeah. Here is logistic. Yeah. So it's very impressive, right? So let's move next. Okay, next let's introduce the analysis dashboard. Analysis dashboard is used to analyze this data and provide the data associations and analysis results, which can help the managers of your company to make decisions. And also it presents fine-grained data through pages and achieve data concatenation through interactions. It presents the most relevant and critical content, mostly used to make decisions. Yeah. So by if you want to create an analysis dashboard, it requires an overall understanding of the related industry and the interrelationships of data. So let's take a look of this analysis dashboard. This large dashboard is used to analyze the sales of a product in Hangzhou. So here is the sales information, the sales volume, and the current inventory information. According to these two information, according to the sales and current inventory information, we can give a predict information of the sales days of this product. And in the left side of the dashboard here, it shows the characteristics of the consumers, such as the sexuality, the age, and the job occupation, and the consumption ability. So according to the information of this dashboard, you can decide when is the best time of replenishment, or who is the target consumers if you want to create advertisement. So you can say the analyze dashboard is mainly used to help you to make decisions. This is analysis dashboard. So next part is monitoring dashboard. Monitoring dashboard can provide monitoring information for internal stuff or related business operational stuff. It presents the business overview information to achieve the real-time service monitoring and scheduling. In addition to the overview, it can also generate some alert if some abnormal situation occur. And to create or read a monitoring dashboard, you have to it is relying on industry experience, and also it should be designed based on the business-oriented information. Okay, let's take a look at this example. And this is a monitoring dashboard for intelligent equipment fault monitoring system. So here it shows the current status of the target intelligent device, and if this device in abnormal status, it will raise a alert here, and you can arrange some guys to fix this intelligent device. So this is a monitoring dashboard. Okay, so we already explained the three types of big dashboard: the presentation dashboard, the analysis dashboard, and the monitoring dashboard. Okay, let's introduce some use cases for dashboard. So first, this is a live dashboard of 2017 Alibaba Double 11 Global Shopping Festival. It's driven by over 1.5 trillion orders. So the bright lines here represent actual transportation routes from suppliers to consumers. Meanwhile, the dashboard is displayed on touchscreen devices, which enables the audience to explore information in an interactive manner. So, next dashboard is a live dashboard of 2016 Alibaba Double 11 Global Shopping Festival. So we mapped orders placed in Shenzhen into that city's three-dimensional city space escape model. The color of each building, the color of each building represents the monetary value of orders placed within the particular building. So a brighter shade of red indicates higher value of orders placed. The sidebar indicates consumer profile statistics, such as sexuality and age and job occupation, something like that. Okay. Next is a monitor dashboard placed in the control center of the Computing Conference 2017. So it provides a one-stop monitoring interface to all event organizers. So you can, with Wi-Fi perception and video perception technologies, the crowd distribution, flow inside the venue, as well as traffic conditions in the nearby surroundings are quite clear. So here is the traffic information section, and here is the crowd distribution section. So this is the dashboard for conference and exhibition. So next, let's take a look at this smart city dashboard. It's for Hangzhou City Brain, and it's applied in this dashboard. DataWay is applied to build a traffic monitoring system and an interactive analysis interface for Hangzhou City Brain. So, in the middle of this dashboard, there is a traffic information. Here, the overall traffic information. And in the left side, there are two parts. On the top is city event perception and intelligent processing area. In the bottom is public travel and operational vehicle scheduling area. So you can see the public traffic information here. And in the right side, it shows the traffic situation perception and signal light optimization. So this dashboard covers scenarios including incident perception, the public transport scheduling, the public security, and traffic light optimization. This provides a clear overview of how the city is running and how traffic scheduling is optimized. Okay. Next is another example for smart city dashboard is for Hongshan Smart Town. DataWay is leveraged to provide a detailed presentation of real-life application of IoT technology in Hongshan Town. Data beneath and above ground is collected and transmitted for real-time analysis for empowering traffic control, environment protection, the tourism, and public infrastructure project. Okay, there are more dashboards designed by users. And for example, here is a key performance metric. Here is a dashboard for a game company. It shows the key performance metrics, the issues, alerts when error occurred. And in the middle is a dashboard for a parking company. And it shows the parking space availability, and it can assist real-time parking optimization. In the right side is Cinema. Cinema is a monitoring dashboard of cinema, and it can help tracking each cinema's performance, and it can also provide team encouragement. Yeah. Okay, so that's all for the first chapter, the data visualization introduction. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in next chapter. Welcome back to Alibaba Cloud Database Training, Chapter 2. In this chapter, we will introduce the data visualization tool called DataWay, which is provided by Alibaba Cloud. And first, what is DataWay? Dataway is an all-in-one data visualization tool provided by Alibaba Cloud, designed for users who need to build clear and live dashboards based on large volume of data. And it provides various visual templates, rich chart widgets, and a wide range of support for data sources. With Dataway, you can conveniently build professional dashboards that perfectly meet requirements for multiple scenarios such as conferences, exhibitions, business monitoring, risk warning, and geographical information analysis. And actually, the use cases we showed on our last chapter is all created using Dataway. So by using Dataway, you can see that we can easily create an impressive data visualization dashboard. Okay, next let's introduce the features provided by Dataway. So the first is templates designed for various scenarios. The most tough part of data visualization design lies in making your audience understand the structure, hierarchy, and the relationship between data just by one page. This involves comprehensive use of color, layout, and charts to create a successful visualization app. Dataway provides multiple templates for scenarios, including control center, the geographic analysis, real-time monitoring, reporting presentation, and so on. So even without a designer, your visualization project still presents a high level of design capabilities. And the next feature is Dataway provide open and rich visualization component library. In addition to basic chart, Dataway is expert in combining data with geographical information. You can see here. And for example, the flying transportation routes, heat maps, and scatter diagrams based on both 2D and 3D maps. The third-party chart libraries such as the eChart and Antway G2 are also perfectly integrated into Dataway. So you can see that there are a lot of charts you can choose here, and we also support eCharts here, and it is very easy to use. And the next feature is Dataway supports access. It supports various data sources, and Dataway supports access to Alibaba Cloud, Analytic DB, the relational database service, local CSV files, online API, and dynamic requests to dynamic data sources. Dataway meets your needs on real-time big data computation and monitoring. It helps make full use of big data and cloud computing. So, the supported data source may be different according to your additions, according to your Dataway additions you are using. For the basic and enterprise edition, it supports the MySQL database, the analytic database, and the MySQL database on-premise, or the CSV files, the API, and static JSON file. If you are using Enterprise Edition, you will have more data source. You will have more supported data source, such as SQL Server, Oracle, and TableStore, and HybridDB for PostgreSQL. And the next feature is database provides a user-friendly interface. And with graphic interface and configuration widgets, users can create professional visualization projects by utilizing drag and drop operations. Minimum programming skills are required. For example, here you can add and moving components, just drag and drop. And you can easily integrating data configuration just by a few clicks in the GUI. For example, here we are changing the data source from the static data to database. Okay, next feature is that database supporting interactive data analysis. Database provides a graphical method to configure interactive association between charts, enabling interactive data analysis by transferring parameters from one chart to another. For example, in widget A, you have two fields called name value. You can define the value as a callback ID, and in widget B, you can use the value of widget B can be changed according to the value of widget A. So it's this feature called interactive data analysis. Yeah, database support interactive data analysis. Next feature is flexible publishing and screen adaptation. And database projects can be published as web pages. Database projects can also be published with password or access tokens to control access and secure information. But the password and access token feature is only available on Enterprise Edition. So, let's take a look at this picture. You can just click the publish button in the top right corner and enable the publish, check the publish button, and you will get a link. So by using this link, you can access your dashboard you just created in database through public internet. Okay, next feature is that database support on-premise deployment. In special cases where data is too confidential to be put online or where network access is restricted, on-premise deployment solutions can be an alternative. So after editing the dashboard interface in the cloud version of the database editor, users can package edits into a single file and download it to the local database server, and then connect to local database and publish locally. So, but this feature requires extra license and extra cost. So please please pay attention about this. And okay, so that's all for the chapter 2. We introduced the database product and the features of database. So thank you very much for watching. See you in next chapter. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back to Alibaba Cloud Database Training, Chapter 3. In this chapter, we will introduce how to design a visual data dashboard using database. So, before you're creating a data visualization dashboard, there are some questions you need to consider. What kind of issue does this dashboard solve? And what does it express? What does this dashboard trying to make the audience know? And do you know? You should also ask yourself, do you know the business? Do you understand the business? And if you don't understand the business, it's hard for you to design the data dashboard. And also the most important thing is that you should to consider that whether this dashboard is possible to implement or not, according to the data availability and also the business situation. Yeah, and you should also ask yourself some other questions like what use cases are involved in this dashboard, what this dashboard designed for example, it is used to exhibition or is used for monitoring the system or monitoring the business status, or is an analytic dashboard. Yeah, you should also know the target of the dashboard, the users of the dashboard. You should know what they need and what their preference. And the second part is about how. So about how to implement this dashboard. You should know what data is available and what types and relationships are involved and how can they be organized. So before you create a dashboard, this is the question. These are the questions you should ask yourself, and you should have answers for these questions. Okay, next, let's see what is the process of creating a large dashboard. First step, of course, is you should gathering the information. You should understand the requirement of the business and the purpose for this dashboard and the content that they want to emphasize. Next step is you need to understand the physical screens, because after you create a dashboard using DataV, it will be displayed on a physical screen, right? So you should know the screen type and the resolution size, the aspect ratio, and also the environment which this physical screen will be used in. According to whether the physical screen is indoors or outdoors, so maybe there are some different, for example, the colors, something like that. Yeah, you should consider. So this is the second step to understand the physical screens. And the third step is you need to processing the information. You need to organizing the information sections, and you should to including the key, the most important part of this dashboard, and the less important part of the dashboard, and also the detailed part, like which detail KPI can be used to explain the core business part. So this is processing information part. And next is visualizing the information. You need to select appropriate method for according to the different type of information. For example, if the information is geographic information, you need to use different type of component than label information. Okay, next part is prior researching the data. You need to understand the data information, the size of the data, the characteristics, and also the relationships. Next step is you need to draw in a prototype. You need to decide the narrative logic, because like we talked before, design a dashboard is more like telling a story. So you need to determine the narrative logic, and you need to choosing the layout method and organizing the visual component. And the last step is drawing a visual draft. And this step is completed in database. So you need to completing the final design using database according to the prototype. So as you can see in this process, gathering information, understand the information, and design the layout, the business requirement is most important than database. Database is only the last part of the whole process. So creating a dashboard is more like a design task and rather than a technical task. So you should understand this point. Okay, next is about like we talked, the create a dashboard is more like telling a story. You need to combine the data and visual narration to finish this task. To finish the design part, first step is according to the business architecture, you can split the sections. For example, here we split the section into 5 parts. In the middle of the dashboard, there's an overview part. In the left, there's a human resource part and cost part. In the right side, there are marketing part and sales part. And the second step is you should use business logic to decide the page layout. And you need to decide the business point of each business section. For example, for the overview part, you need to design the business point of this part, and to design the layout of each business section. And the third part is to support the business point. You need to figure out which KPI is the most important, and find this KPI and find this KPI to support your business point. This is the design method. And I have another 2 tips for you about the design principles. The first tip is you need to consider the size adaptation and also prioritize each business point. Okay, first is you need to highlight the hierarchy. You need to use from 3 to 6 subtitles as small business sections for a large business section. And place similar data together with blocks like this. And data with higher priority is placed in the middle and upper area, and data with lower priority is placed in sides and bottom area. And another point is you need to split the sections reasonably. If you don't understand the business, you need to start. I recommend you start with the work summary report and split several major business sections. And the number of business sections is matched with that of physical screens and the playback mode. Organize the information based on the split section. This is the first tip. And the next tip is you need to give consideration to both macro and macro and combine dynamic with static. So when you decide the KPI, you need to consider both macro and macro. You need to the details are required to explain the KPIs. From 2 or 3 KPIs are used to explain a large business section, and from 1 to 2 indicators are used to explain a small business point. The details are expressed with refined data. And also you need to combine dynamic with static. There are some old elements, old components which is in static mode, and hello everyone, welcome back to Alibaba Cloud Database Training. Chapter 4, a demo. In this chapter, we will show you a demo about the database operations. So here is the and there are some new components which support dynamic display. And for example, the three old elements, we have pie chart, bar chart, bubble chart, something like that. And for the dynamic element, we have the cursor geographic line for detail warnings for real-time tracking, and also we have predict rating, individual warnings, and which is a dynamic component. And to combine the dynamic with static, you will have a much better you will got a attractive dashboard. Yeah. Okay, let's see an example. This is a dashboard for a real-time website traffic statistics. Let's split this dashboard into business sections. Okay, so we can split this dashboard into 5 sections. In the top middle area, this is the most important of this dashboard. The key business KPI is the real-time traffic. In the mid bottom area, this is a visual center to attract users' attention. Yeah. And in the left side, we have a PV trend area and the device type of the access source. In the right side is a detail area which can explain which have detailed information for the KPI for the real-time access, and it shows the rank of the source website. Let's summary of the characteristics of this dashboard. First, it has clear section structure, 5 business sections. It has emphasized overall KPI here, the real-time traffic. And it has dynamic visual center here to catch users' attention. It also has a dynamic detail fitting area here to support the most important KPI. Okay, so it's not an easy way to create a dashboard for beginners. Database provide a lot of template, and you can easily choose a template according to your business and your requirement and create the dashboard easily and quickly. So here is another example of the template. It's a real-time sales template. Let's split the sections, the business sections. So here in the middle, we have a key KPI and the visual center. And in the left side, we have a region rank rotation area. And in the right side, it has detail fitting data to explain the key KPI. And in the bottom, we have a logo area, we have a sales trend diagram, we have a secondary KPI, which is not important as a primary KPI. Yeah. So this is the business section splitting. So this is the important part when you design your own database dashboard. Okay, so that's all for the chapter 3. Thank you very much for watching. See you in next chapter. The steps we will show in this demo. First, we will show how to activate the service, and in the next step, we will show you how to configure a data source in DataV. And the third step, we will show you how to design the screen, and the last, we will show you how to publish the screen. Okay, let's start our demo. First, you need to access our website www.alibabacloud.com, and here log in with your Alibaba Cloud account. Okay. And access the console. Okay. You can find the DataV product under DT Plus section. So click the DataV. Here, if you have not active your DataV, you have not buy your DataV product, you can click buy button here and choose the regions and additions and click the buy now. Okay, because I already purchased the DataV product, I can simply click the endpoint here to access the DataV console. Okay, let's take a look at the DataV console. After logging on to the DataV console, you can add and edit the visualization project and manage your data sources. So here in the left side, there is a menu bar here. Click tabs on menu bars on left side will direct you to my project page and my data page to manage project and data sources. So in my project, you can find all visualization projects created by you. The system will remind you of the number of available new projects here. Yeah, the total number of projects you can create varies with additions. For basic edition, you can only create 5 projects. For enterprise edition, you can create 20 projects in total. Okay, before we start the project, we need to add a new data source. And if you want to create a visualization project with DataV, you need to specify sources of the raw data first. A data source is the place where the raw data is. DataV supports several types of data sources. For example, it supports database, it supports static data, and it supports CSV files, and it also supports API. So in this dialog, you maybe noticed that some of the type is it's locked because I'm using basic edition. So this kind of type is only available for enterprise edition. Yeah. Okay, so here we will use RDS. We will use a database type for this demo. And actually, I already added the source here called ABC data. So I can show you the details. Click edit button so you can see this data source is a MySQL. It's a RDS for MySQL part. And the name, I named it as ABC data. And the host is the host of my MySQL server, and the username is the database username, and password and the port, and database list part is database in MySQL, or you can also call it as schema, and you can specify here. And you can click test connection button to test whether this database is available or not. Then click OK. Okay, so after this, we added a new data source. So let's go back to the projects part. Okay, here let's create a new project. You can see when you create a new project, you can choose from a black canvas, black template, or you can choose a template provided by Alibaba. And for basic edition, there are 5 templates available here. For example, the global trade overview dashboard and the logistic dashboard, data billboard, and DevOps monitor, and also the global shopping festival template. Yeah. So by using these templates, you can easily create a dashboard by yourself. The only thing you just need is to edit the edit each component with the data, with your own data. So here we will use the global shopping festival template as in this demo. So click create. Enter project name. We named it as Dataway demo. Click create. Okay, so this is the project console, and let me explain the component in this console. So first, the layer menu is on the left. With this menu, you can view and manage the order of layers. In Dataway, each widget added on canvas takes up a layer. You can also manually adjust alignment and distribution several layers by choosing several layers at a time, and so that you adjust the alignment and distribution of certain widget. Also, in the top, at the very top of the editor page, you can use functions provided in the toolbar to enrich, preview, or publish your project. And okay. Also, you can click on the black area out of the canvas. So this is a canvas, right? This is canvas. I forgot to mention. Okay, click on the black area out of the canvas, and the page setting menu will display on the right. Okay, there is you can set page size here and the background image. Okay, you can set the feed type, the grid size, the background image, and the resize button. Okay, so next let's move to widget settings. When you click one of the widget on canvas, for example here, click this canvas, click this widget, the style and data tab will automatically display on the right side. You can configure the style and the data source of each widget here. Okay, so let's change the data of this component. So click data tab. So here you can see the data source type using here is static data. So means it will always show this value here. So because we already configured the data source, the database as data source, let's change it to database and select the data source we just created in data source tab. Here you can input the circle. Okay, let's try to show image from orders. Okay, so because there is an order table in my database, and this circle will show the total revenue, the sales revenue. Yeah. Okay, let's click the other area out of the circle dialog. Okay, but there is an error here. I forgot to mention that you can see that there is a field data name value here. So you need to explicitly specify the field name. So we will select the revenue information as and input the revenue information as the value here. So let's try it again. Okay, the orders table is wrong. Orders, right? Okay, now match successfully. You can see the value here is changed according to according to the result of this circle. So at the bottom of the data tab, you can choose auto data request. You can set up auto data request frequency. For example, you can get data from your database every 1 second, or every 30 second, or every 50 sec, or every 60 second. Okay, about this auto data refresh checkbox part, please notice that if it will add extra workload to your database for each data fetch. So you should configure this value according to your own business workload, according to the workload of your database. Yeah. Okay. And this change will be automatically saved. Okay, let's try another component here. This is another widget, and it will show the sales information for each country. Okay, so I can change the data. You can see that it is also used the static data. So I will change it to the database. Again, choose ABC data. And here we will, because the data in my table, in my orders table is it's the sales data for a Chinese company. So I can choose the regions to the province of China. So let me select the province as the X here, and the sum revenue information as Y. Okay, and from orders, orders, and group by province in order by Y order by y equals okay. So this circle will get data from database, which is the revenue information, the sales information of each province, and we will order the data according to the revenue of each province and get the top 10 province data. So let's create the other area. Okay, so you can see the match is successfully. You can see that the data is changed. It's using the data from my database. Okay, so you can see it is very easy to change the data according to your own requirement to get data from your own database. Also, you can also use the CSV files here. Yeah. So next, let's show how to publish a dashboard. So click Publish button on the top right corner and click check the Publish checkbox. And you can see that there are password protection and token protection area, but it's only available for Enterprise Edition. So, okay, just click the publish and copy this URL and now access this URL. So you can see this is a public address and you can see you will get your own dashboard, your own big dashboard. Yeah. So you can see it's very easy. So you can use a template to create the dashboard and then just click publish. You will get a URL for yourself and for public internet access. Okay, that's all for the demo. And thank you very much for watching the database training. Bye bye.